Chairete mathetai, pos humes este.
Kyrie, Kevin.
Kyrie, Kevin.
Tebogo, come online.
Yeah, I think it's Tebogo. It is.
Will you try to add him, Isfak? There's an add button in that same area where you get. Do you have an option to add people, or is that limited to me?
I think it's limited to you.
On, but his mic is muted.
Yeah, his mic is just muted.
Ah, Tebogo.
So muted.
Tebogo, it's nice to have you with us. Your microphone is muted. I hope you can hear us, even if you can't see us. That's all right. Some of us, myself included, have a face for radio.
There we go. His mic is. Anyway.
Can you hear me, Tebogo?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. It's lovely to have you with us.
Yes.
The purpose of these sessions is to do as much as we can in Greek. So the one that you were not able to join us for last week would be available to catch up on some of the basic dialogue. What we are going to do today, you should be seeing a PowerPoint presentation in the window when I speak. I'm going to ask you, when you're not speaking, also to mute your mic. Same procedure. You have an option just to click on a mute button. Feel free to interrupt me at any stage, and then I will, after a while, start asking you to respond, at which point, obviously, you will unmute your mic. So we are going to get going. I'm going to send one last invite to Douglas, and then after that, I think we can assist indefinitely. He's having computer trouble, according to what he sent me.
Kevin, just one thing. The video feed or the Hangout crashed just now for me. I don't know if it happened for the other people as well. Maybe not. So
no, it was only you. So you disappeared, and then you came back in as soon as you were able.
Roger.
It might be a problem if my system crashed. I'm not sure what that would have. Let's hope we don't find out today.
Yes.
All right. So once again, suggest that you mute your mic when listening only, and then just turn it back on when you are speaking. Can everybody still see the John Baptizes Jesus PowerPoint feed?
No, you
Nine.
All right. So we are going to work. We're going to work through the story. Hutos, can you see my mouse on the screen? Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
Siel van Huisteen.
Theo, is jy daar? Yeah, we're getting there. All right. So we are almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're almost at capacity, and Douglas will be trying to join us again, so then we will be at capacity. The maximum we can have in this system is 10. All right. Hutos estin Ioannes. Ioannes. With mic muted, lege Ioannes. Ioannes. It's Ioannes ho baptizon. Hutos estin Ioannes ho baptizon. Ioannes ho baptizon. Eremos. This desert ground, Eremos. Ioannes. Eremos. Kai dendron. Dendron. Welcome, Douglas. Lovely to have you with us. I can see your mic's muted. That's fine. You don't need to speak for now. You can simply follow along. So, Ioannes, Eremos, dendron. Ho Ioannes. first time a biblical narrative introduces a character to you, it will normally be without the article, not always. So the first time we met him, Ioannes ho baptizon, John the Baptist. Thereafter, ho Ioannes, the John, the one that was introduced earlier, ho Ioannes. Ho Ioannes. Keruse ho Ioannes. What is John doing? Keruse. Keruse ho Ioannes. Keruse. Ho Ioannes. Keruse. Victor.
Should we see Johannes on the screen? Because I'm only seeing your profile picture.
Oh, have we lost the PowerPoint?
Yeah.
I can see the PowerPoint. So.
The problem, Vic, may be... No, it shouldn't be. Were you seeing the PowerPoint earlier?
Yes, earlier, and then your face came on. And because I was like trying to follow, I'm getting something about a tree. But, okay, so yeah, I see him now speaking. Yes.
Keruse. Keruse ho Ioannes.
Okay.
He's preaching. What have I done? All right, so Ioannes, Dendron, Eremos. Keruse ho Ioannes. Keruse. Anthropos. Anthropos. Kai Eremos. Eremos, the desert in the background. Eremos. Anthropos. Heteroi anthropoi, other men. Anthropos. Baptize ho Ioannes, the John. Baptize ho Ioannes, ton anthropon. Baptize ho Ioannes, ton anthropon. Pharisaioi. Pharisaioi. We could have a lively speculation about which denomination these would be if they were Christians in our church world today. Pharisaioi. I suspect the one in the middle is called Kevin. Eremos. 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 And Stratiotes. Stratiotes. Soldier. Notice the link to the English word strategy. Strategic. Stratiotes. Stratiotes. Ho Ioannes. Ho Ioannes keruse. O keruse ho Ioannes. Eremos. Ho Ioannes estin ento eremo. Ente eremo. Sorry. Ho Ioannes estin ente eremo. Ente eremo. Keruse, preaching. Stratiotes, ho Ioannes, ente eremo. Pharisaioi.
Would you repeat that last sentence again? Just for us to hear again, John and the soldier in the desert. Could you?
Stratiotes. Ho Ioannes estin en te eremo. In the desert. Ho Ioannes is estin en te eremo. In the desert. In the wilderness. Stratiotes. Jesus. Jesus. Ho Ioannes. Dendron. Eremos. Jesus. Ho Jesus. Lege. Ho Jesus. Ho Jesus. Eremos. Or He Eremos. Since we've met it earlier, the wilderness, He Eremos. Ho Jesus. First time we met him, Jesus. You still see my PowerPoint, guys? And lady?
Nee.
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 Eucharisto. Ho Jesus. Baptize. Ho Ioannes. Ton Jesun. Baptize. Ho Ioannes. Ton Jesun. He eremos. This stuff here is called hudor. Hudor. Water. From which you can get the English word hydro. Hudor. Because the Greek upsilon is frequently pronounced as an I sound and transliterated Y. Hydro. Hudor. Baptize ho Ioannes ton Jesun ento hudati. Ento hudati. In the water. Ento hudati. Tuto estin phos. Phos. Tuto phos. Legete phos. Phos. Light, of course. Phos. Tuto estin phos. Ho Jesus. Ioannes ho baptizon. John the Baptist. Peristera. 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 Haute estin peristera. Legete, that means say, peristera. Peristera. Phos. Peristera. Peristera estin toponuma to hagion. So in the story, peristera estin toponuma to hagion, the Holy Spirit. Toponuma to hagion, the Holy Spirit, peristera. I'm going to go through it one more time and then I'm going to start. Eti, hop PowerPoint. I take it you'll tell me if you can't see the PowerPoint. All right. Ioannes ho baptizon. Dendron. Kai eremos. Ioannes ho baptizon. Dendron eremos. Ho Ioannes.
Kevin,
Nai.
it's not been a problem up to now, but I'm just telling you, saying because you're running through now, so you'll be moving quickly. That the image is a bit tardy, so sometimes you would be saying one thing, but your mouse is still on the previous thing. So just if you could switch over, not too fast, for us to just not get confused to what you're pointing to. But it's been okay before. I'm just saying because you're doing the run through now. So.
Eucharisto Isaac. Esomai. I will. Don't know how to say try, so I'll just say esomai. Keiruse ho Ioannes. Keiruse ho Ioannes.
You lost the picture again. Sorry, Kevin.
Okay.
I got the picture. I don't know about the rest of it.
Can you see it now, Vic?
No, Eucharisto.
Polykala. Anthropos. Anthropos. Ho Ioannes. He eremos. Oi. He eremos. Baptize ho Ioannes ton anthropon. Baptize ho Ioannes ton anthropon in to hudati. Baptize ho Ioannes ton anthropon in hudati.
The image went away again. Sorry, I don't know if it's just me.
I think it is just you, Vic. You might be having some feed-through problems.
Okay, but I'll try and follow.
All right, it should come back fairly regularly. It seems to come back when I click on my profile and then click back on it. Is anybody else experiencing loss of the PowerPoint image?
Not me.
Oh,
Okay.
No, I think
Sorry, so I think it somehow is you just struggling, Victor. Sorry about that.
I also have the same problem, Kevin.
Okay, so Nico too. I wonder if it's a line speed challenge. I'm not sufficiently technical to know what could be going on, guys. So we'll do our best just to carry on.
I'm having problems with the connection, but there's a thunderstorm outside, so that might be the reason.
Okay. Eucharisto, Nico. Pharisaioi? Pharisaioi? I'm resisting all temptation to relabel them Baptistoi. Pharisaioi? Strategy? Stratiotes. Stratiotes? Stratiotes. He eremon. He eremon. Ioannes ho baptizon keiruse inte eremo. Ho Ioannes keiruse ento eremo. Jesus. Jesus. Kai dendron. Ho Jesus. Ho Jesus. Ho Jesus. Baptize ho Ioannes Ton Yesun. Baptize ho Ioannes. Ton Yesun. Ento hudati. Tuto estin hudor. Hudor. Tuto estin hudor. Fos. Tuto estin fos. Peristera. Peristera. Peristera estin toponuma to hagion. Toponuma to hagion. Peristera. Hudor. Eremos. Jesus. Ioannes ho baptistes o baptizon and Fos. Catalambanete. Have you?
No.
Good. Since Dural responded first, he can be first up for responses. Dural.
Very good.
I missed your question, Kevin.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, Dural. Tis estin hutos. Tis estin hutos.
Who is this? Is what you're asking me. This is, I believe this is Jesus.
Hutos?
Hutos.
Can you see
yes.
the picture?
Yes. Nai.
Okay, so I'm pointing at the man in the picture and I'm asking, tis estin hutos. Yo?
Yes. Johannes?
Ioannes. Tis estin Ioannes. Tis estin hutos. Who is this? Hutos
Yes.
estin Ioannes. Isaac?
Okay.
Ti estin tuto. Ti estin haute. Ti estin haute.
Oh, I forgot that one. I forgot that one.
Anybody? Ti estin haute.
Haute eremos.
Haute eremos. Polikala. Kalos Lucy. Haute estin or haute eremos. Eremos. Kai ti estin tuto. Ti estin tuto. Johan, ti estin tuto.
Dendron.
Tuto? Dendron. Estin dendron. Somebody said dendron.
That was me.
Dendron. Estin dendron, ne? Eucharistoniko. So, Ioannes, eremos, dendron. Lucy, ti poie ho Ioannes. Ti poie, what is he doing? Poie hermenuo, he is doing. Poie. Ti
Johannes
poie.
Kreisel.
Kalos Lucy. Johannes? Ho Ioannes keruse. Ho Ioannes keruse. We can swap the word order of those without changing the meaning. So keruse ho Ioannes or Ioannes keruse, same thing. In Afrikaans, that means Celadon.
Kevin, will the definite article be on the word or no?
Nai. Nai, usually, and it's not a hard and fast rule, but usually what a narrative does is that the first time it introduces a character, his name or her name will be without the article. So the first time one is introduced into the story, you are just Douglas, Isak, Lucy. Thereafter, subsequent references to that same person tend to be articular, meaning they have the article. And the function of the article, Greek uses the article in lots of ways that English does not. So the function of the article thereafter is to say the dural, meaning the one that I introduced in verse 3. It points back. So in our story, we introduced Ioannes ho baptizon, John the Baptist, on the first picture. If I were telling the story, thereafter I would refer to him as ho Ioannes, the John, meaning the same one I referred to or introduced earlier. Ho Ioannes, tipoie, ho Ioannes, keruse, ho Ioannes. What is John doing? John is preaching. Okay?
Eucharisto, Kevin.
Parakalo, dural, parakalo. Teboho, welcome. Ti estin hutos.
Oh,
Hutos?
baptismal.
The man in the middle?
Husas.
Can you see? Can you see
Yes.
the picture?
Oi.
Okay. So he is anthropos, just a man. Anthropos.
Anthropos.
Anthropos. Who haven't we picked on? Nico? Ti estin tuto. Ti estin tuto.
Oh, that mouse is jumping all over the place.
My apologies. I'm trying to point at the sand dune at the back.
And the mouse is not stopping.
Ti estin tuto.
There. Lucy said it just now. I forgot. Uginosco.
Lucy, can you say it again?
Hey, Eremos.
Uginosco. Hey eremos. Hey eremos.
Eremos.
And what's
Hey,
happening in this
eremos.
slide? What's happening in this slide? Baptize ho Ioannes ton anthropon. Baptize ho Ioannes ton anthropon. Douglas, do you have a
Yes.
mic?
Yes, yes.
Welcome. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Eucharisto. I'm speaking from Worcester, but I'm originally from Brazil. I'm in South Africa for 14 years now.
Ah, okay. Well, lovely to meet you. Do you
Eucharisto.
remember Ti estin tuto?
Baptizo. So I missed a little bit of the lecture, so I'm trying to catch up with you guys now.
No, that's fine. Not to worry. If you're not sure, that's fine. I'm pointing at the water.
Okay, is it Hidor or Hudor?
Hidor, Hudor,
Hidor,
both of them
yes.
fine. Hidor. And when we want to say in the water, it becomes entohudati. Don't worry to remember that. Entohudati. Ah. Can you see the smiley faces? Victor, are you there?
Hi. Ho Farisaio.
Carlos, Eucharisto. My question would have been tines esin hutoi. It's plural. Notice it's not tis estin hutos. It becomes tines esin hutoi. Everything has to convert to plural. Don't worry about that now. It's just pointing it out. All right, farisaioi or hoi farisaioi.
Or Pharisaioi. Yeah,
Hoi farisaioi or simply farisaioi.
Pharisaioi.
Theo, can you hear me and
Yeah.
can you respond?
Hi, Kevin.
Ah,
Kevin?
well,
Hi.
welcome, Theo.
Welcome. Can you hear me?
Theo, I can hear you. Akuose,
Hi.
Eucharisto.
Eucharisto.
Theo, tis estin hutos.
I actually cannot see the display that at the moment. We're looking at.
Okay, let's see if I can get
Yeah.
that. Can you see it now?
Not at the moment. I think you're pointing at the soldier at the moment.
Ulun.
Is that correct?
No,
No.
no. Tis estin the soldier in Hellenike. Remember the word? Think strategy.
Yeah. No, I actually
Kevin.
can't remember.
Daryl.
Stratiosa?
Kalos, stratiotes.
Stratiotes.
Stratiotes. Hostratiotes.
Stratiotes.
Stratiotes. Eremos. Hey, eremos.
Eremos.
And of course, Ioannes ho baptizon. Ti poie ho baptizon. What is the Baptist doing? Ti poie ho baptizon. Anyone
Kevin?
except Lucy? Yes.
I don't know about the other guys, but the photo just went away, or the picture went away. So I'm just seeing your logo. I'm not seeing the picture at the moment. I don't know about the rest of the guys.
It's probably back now.
I can see the picture.
I can see the picture too.
Yeah, it's back now. Thank
All
you.
right. Ti poie ho baptizon. Ti poie ho baptizon. Anyone except Lucy?
Kerugma? Kerugma?
Kerugma would be the noun form. The verb you're looking for is keruso. Keruse, actually. Keruse.
Keruse.
Carlos Victor. Keruse ho baptizon. Keruse. Keruse ho baptizon en teeremo. The Baptist is preaching in the desert. Keruse ho baptizon ento eremo.
Kevin, is that word arista, or how do you pronounce that?
Which word, Dural?
The word for land that you're using, kind of generally, is it descriptive of desert, or is it just land in general, or
Desert.
desert,
Desert or wilderness, yeah.
like arid?
Yes. So your dry wilderness area, and it's the most common Greek word in the New Testament used to describe the desert, the wilderness, that sort of terrain. Eremos. Eremos.
Animus.
Okay.
If I may just say one thing, I found, I don't know if the other already knew this because I'm new to Google Hangouts. When I click on the bottom where all the pictures come from of the people, when I click on your name, Kevin, it stays on you the whole time. And since I've done that, the picture hasn't gone away like it used to.
Ah, okay. So that could explain it. If you click on any of the pictures on the bottom, that person or whatever's showing in that person's profile will become center stage on your screen. So maybe the reason some of you are losing the picture of the presentation is because you are clicking off of my profile. What will happen is it'll default to whoever's speaking unless you override it by clicking on somebody. So for instance, if you were to click on Dural for any reason, if you clicked on his picture, he will become center stage and he will remain so generally unless you click off of him.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
So, so the secret then may be don't fiddle. Thanks for pointing that out. All right. Tis estin hutos. Tis estin hutos. Lucy, tis estin hutos.
Tis estin Jesus. Estin Jesus.
Estin Jesu. Or hutos estin Jesu. Or simply estin Jesu. He is Jesus. Jesus.
Do you pronounce the S at the end or not?
Pronunciation is such a landmine of a topic. To a large extent, modern Greeks don't pronounce the final S. So they'll speak of dynami, whereas the traditional seminary pronunciation would be dunamis. I'm going to suggest that we do pronounce it. We are basically using the typical seminary pronunciation, which is often called Erasmian pronunciation because it was the way Erasmus, somehow the legacy traces to Erasmus. Can't remember exactly how. Yeah, but basically, yes, we're going to pronounce that S. The reason is it helps with spelling. So ultimately, we want to move from hearing to spelling and reading, and it does help with spelling if you are pronouncing all the letters and pronouncing many of them uniquely. Modern Greek pronunciation is very different to Erasmian. Probably nobody in the history of the language ever actually spoke it the way it's taught in seminaries, pronunciation-wise. And that's okay. I mean, at some point you may want to revert to modern pronunciation. I have debated long and hard with myself whether to teach this course in a modern style of pronunciation or to stick with the Erasmian stuff we have in the textbook. And the jury is still out for me as to which is preferable. Yeah, so this would be Jesus or Yesu in modern pronunciation, but Jesus in Erasmian. Sorry, Jesus would be the guy on the left.
But it depends on the case as well, is it not? So in one case it would be when he's the object.
Accusative and nominative.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it were Yesun, then the nun at the end would be pronounced in all forms of the language.
Okay.
But modern Greek does tend to drop a final sigma off the pronunciation, much like French does.
Okay.
So, you know, French tends to drop the final sound, especially if it's an S sound. And modern Greeks do that with the final sigma on lots of their words. They almost let it fall away, or sometimes completely let it fall away. Parakalo. So, baptize ho Ioannes ton Iesun. Ton Iesun. Baptize ton Iesun. Ton Iesun. Nico, accues me? Accues me, Nico? Can you hear me?
Kevin,
You can hear me?
hear you. I have a problem with the picture. I can't get you to center stage.
Try clicking on my little box at the bottom of your screen and see if that brings me to center stage. Not me, myself, but the picture.
Kevin, can you hear me?
Akua se Nico. Nai. Nai, akua se. Okay, let's try Johan. Akua me Johan. Akua es me. Akua es me Johan. Johan,
Kevin.
ti estin tuta.
Kevin,
Yes.
Ginosko.
Uginosco. Carlos. Uginosco. Uginoskes is perfectly acceptable as an answer. Anybody?
Of course.
Estin fos.
Fos. Estin fos. Tuta estin fos.
Sorry,
Fos,
Kevin.
if you want the light.
Sorry, Kevin. What is the light again? Please just say that again.
Fos.
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 Okay. Eucharisto.
Fos.
Eucharisto.
A little bit like the guy that used to captain the Springbok rugby team, whose name was Fos. Fos. Tuta estin fos. All right, now the big final one. Anybody? Ti esti haute. Ti estin haute.
Can I say?
Isaac?
It is peristera.
Peristera. Haute estin peristera.
Haute estin peristera.
Haute estin peristera. And symbolically in the actual biblical account, peristera, peristera, estin toponuma to hagion. Toponuma to hagion. The Holy Spirit. You will have noticed some things change fairly regularly. So you will have noticed when I was just introducing him, but when he was being baptized, the form changed to Ton Yesun, Baptize ho Ioannes, Ton Yesun. You would also have noticed fairly regular switch between in the questions. So I would have asked you tis estin hutos. Notice tis estin hutos. That's a masculine tis and a masculine form of hutos, this. Tis estin hutos, answer Ioannes. If I asked you about the water, which is neuter in Greek, I would have asked you ti estin tuta. Ti estin tuta. You don't need to try and remember this at all. I'm just pointing out some grammar you'll encounter later. Ti estin tuta is a neuter form, ti instead of tis, and tuta instead of hutos. And when we asked about the duck, it's a very unusual looking duck. You can see my studies do not lie in the area of bird species. The dove, it was tis estin haute. Haute. Hutos, haute, tuta. Haute. Haute estin peristera. Haute estin peristera. And that ends our little discussion. I got these images. They are available from freebibleimages.org. Very nice site. I would endorse them to you. They have pictures for lots and lots of Bible stories. So anybody who tells stories to your children or in your church might want to have a look at some of the stories on freebibleillustrations.org. I'm going to end the broadcast part of this lesson.